We're on.
We're on.
Late seatbelt selector.
We're working on that. So I imagine that's going to be replaced with some like real flash entry screen.
Well, when I really get my DJ voice going, like I can really get it cranking. So,
Can I have an example of how that might sound?
I beat for club classics. Fall to the floor. Apply the lotion. Jump in the ocean.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's totally applicable. We can hang on to that.
Yeah, let's give us like an entry. Strong.
I should have thought about that earlier. So, on Sunday, end of the first week of August, I think.
Yeah.
Anything big coming up?
Yep. Got New Zealand Jiu-Jitsu Gi Nationals this weekend.
Coming up.
Coming up.
Oh.
Coming up in the rankings.
NZ Grappler.
NZ Grappler.
You getting up to AK?
What's AK? Auckland. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Good, bro. You flying up?
Yeah, flying up on Friday.
Are you in New Zealand or Jetstar, mate?
I believe I'm going in New Zealand, but I could be going Jetstar.
You believe?
I believe.
That's all that matters, eh?
Yeah. No, my brother's booked like hotel and all that and flight. So
Weight division?
70.
70. Belt?
Purple.
Yerples.
Baby.
Coming in strong in the 70 Yerples category. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is that a weight that you normally fought at?
Yeah. The last one, I didn't have to make weight, so because he just bumped us up a weight class to 76, and now we're down to 70. So
Was that because there's not enough people in the division?
Wasn't enough people in the division, which is pretty common here.
For those purple belt ones, especially the more advanced you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon as soon as you hit the purple, there's not many peeps.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it as well, like, I mean, potentially you get a lot more rolls if there's bigger people in your bracket, but even the comps that I've done, there's been less people. I've still managed to get like full rounds, full 7-minute rounds, and a decent amount of time there, so.
That's all that matters, eh?
Yeah,
As long
I
as
think
you
for me
come
at
away
that
with a
stage.
good fight.
Yeah.
Anything different that you learnt from, actually what happened in regionals? That was a couple of weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah. Well, regionals was my first one in the gi ever. And then,
Oh, really?
Yeah, first in the gi.
That's
So
crazy.
I've only really started putting the gi on the last little bit.
Chris and Dave?
Christened the gi. Yeah.
You
My
mean?
new tatami. Sponsorship.
Hashtag tatami. Hashtag
Tatami life.
Hashtag free fight wear. Hashtag free lifestyle.
Tatami sponsored athlete.
Hashtag Vietnam.
Vietnam. So yeah, so that was the first one I'd done in the gi, and I've only just really started competing. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 6 years, but only really started to compete in the last year properly, and like actually give it a decent turn and kind of go back to back. So
And how are you feeling that shift going down?
it's exciting, you know. It's a real fun. I think that's what I wanted to feel like before I start getting into it, you know. Just wait. I think I've just been always like do the odd comp, the here and there, just see how it feels.
Yeah.
And then I did that sub only. What was that, start of the year?
Yeah.
And fuck, that was fun. So fun. Such a fun layout. Such a fun rule set. It was like the same as the EBI rules. And yeah, it's just fucking barrel of laughs, isn't it?
So much of it is just familiarity, I think. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't think you can fully get the experience of what competition is until you've kind of put yourself through those paces. It's like the build up as well. You know, it's the training camp. It's the competition itself. It's also everything that comes after. You know, just like anything, you kind of have to become familiar with it before you get the most out of it. Because I know for me, first couple of competitions, I was just super nervous, super anxious. Always wondering about, if I lose, what will people think of me? Or if I lose, what will I think of me? All that shit that goes through your head, you know? But really, it's actually just the same as being in the dojo with a bunch of different people.
Yeah. I like that. I was listening to that interview with GSP. And he was talking about how, like, for him, before fights, he likes to drive around and just watch people doing normal shit. Because he's like, it just helps him remind him that there's so many people out there who aren't aware of what he's doing, who are just going about their everyday life.
Yeah,
if he wasn't pursuing what he was doing, he would just be that person walking down the street. But look what he's doing with his life, you know.
Yeah.
He did something amazing, and it just kind of takes you out of that feeling, expectation or whatever, and you just in your.
Yeah, that's right. To be honest, like 90% of the world have no fucking. Well, actually, even on our small piddly level, even less than 90%. You know what I mean? Or even great more than 90%. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah,
that's
nobody gives. Actually, fair enough. 100%. Nobody gives a shit. 100%.
We don't even.
We barely give a fraction of a shit.
Yeah, especially here as well, where the crowd is, you know, a few family members and mainly just the other people that are competing. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, the choir.
Yeah.
Have you been to nationals before?
No, never been to nationals.
It's quite big. There's a lot of people going.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be quite big, bro.
Such a.
I remember the first time. I think.
Be a long day, eh?
Yeah. When I got my blue belt, quite fast, and I did my first nationals. In 1 week, I did a nationals in no gi. I did one no gi and won some medals. And then the next week, I got my blue belt in that week. So the following week, I had to go fight a blue belt. I remember I was real scared, thinking that the difference was going to be
noticeable.
But I feel like the hardest fights are when you're a white belt, man. Like, just because everyone's like, it's just going hard, you know. Like everyone's like. Crazy. Everyone's crazy, but everyone's like, oh, you touched me, like I'm gonna go, you know.
Yeah.
But then when you get to blue belt, people started to learn how to like
control themselves a bit.
Yes, they're starting to learn how to control themselves, and I was real nervous in that first match or that first like bracket, and ended up losing in the semi-final, and I got bronze. But I remember the whole week, I was 72 kgs, mate.
Yeah.
It was like fuck, the whole getting ready for it and losing that weight and
pre-pubescent chevron.
Yeah, me, I was
not
19
really.
or something.
No, you're just a young. He was just a
young
boy.
block.
Yeah, I was the only young fella at the gym for a long time, man. Just when I started.
Yeah,
hanging out with fellas that got fucking kids my age. Shit.
What was that? Hanging out with fellas? What?
You know, like, hanging out with Willie and that. You know, they were kids my age and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So am I right in thinking that you went pretty hard with competing for a stretch, and then
for about
when your artwork and that picked
years.
up, you kind of
4 years. The objective was to go full time. I had saved up my last year at uni, which was I graduated last year, so the year before, I was going to aim to go move to Brazil, and then I had saved up and worked all year, odd jobs, and saved up all this money, and I got given the opportunity to do my art by like, I don't know, it just happened, all these opportunities happened, so I just ended up staying behind there. I thought, like, may as well ride the ball when it's here and see what I can get out of it, and switch all my focus into that to make it work. But while before, all my focus was jiu-jitsu a lot, I used to train 4 times a day, 3 times a day, pretty much for 4 years, so it's not, got a bit boring doing the same thing. Like, it made
boring, sense, to be honest. Like,
you have a regimen. I had a big regimen,
Considering how young you were, like when I was your age, I was not training jiu-jitsu 3 times a day. I was just not doing that. I was doing something else. Let's just say I was doing something else. But yeah, you know what I mean. You can't skip that. That's also really important to have that in your life, man. Like, I feel like if you miss that opportunity to be kind of carefree and young and like explore all that shit, you haven't lived shit.
Yeah, I think that like the ideas of I had some responsibilities with like teaching those kids, and stuff like that. I had to be quite like a responsible person in a sense, I was looking after people. It was getting a bit too much, especially because I was only 19.
Yeah.
I was dealing with like teaching adults and stuff.
Yeah.
And kids and
Yeah.
It's real good to have a break doing the art stuff, but the thing that I'm probably having the hardest issues with is learning how to come back and do jiu-jitsu. without missing out on opportunities of my career. Because both of them are like, you know,
Patience.
well, yeah, both of them are like me.
But also time consuming.
Yeah, they both take all your fucking time, mate.
Yeah.
All the times. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think you've got your playlist ready, mate, for your for that warm up day? Wake up, you know,
Get your on.
Yeah. Do you have like how do you guys handle that day
I just
or
like
the day before?
trying to have fun.
Do you have a like? Are you listening to music? I used to listen to a lot more music now. Now I tend to just talk to people.
Yeah.
I think I'm just trying to get.
There's a montage of you. Hey, I'm George. Hey, I'm George.
What's up? Oh, what's up? How you guys feeling? Oh, you got fights today? Oh, you're just stacked? Yeah, pretty stacked day. Pretty awesome fights, eh? I just don't understand it. Like,
I did used to play a lot of music.
Just chat.
I used to jam. I used to play like a lot of music to kind of like relax me. And I used to go into the bathroom heaps when I'm at the stadium and like wash my face and like, okay, here you go. Here you like, you know, you've been training.
Did you do like an Eminem, like a Slim Shady, like look in the mirror and be like, if I only.
Well, I had blonde hair that time too, mate.
One opportunity.
No, bro, I just looked and I was like, you can do it. You can do it. I used to feel so, I don't like being in the bullpen, you know, and there's all these people, you know, and then like hanging out, and like everyone's there to win, you know, and you're like, fuck these, everyone's staring you out. Especially when you go to
you
overseas wise, when you go to everyone's like
everybody's yeah, but we do it too. That's why you catch eyes because you're checking everyone out. You're like looking around like, oh, that's the guy that I know that's in my div.
Yeah. You already knew it because you've like stalked him recently.
Yeah, you stalked him.
From here,
so funny when you find out
fought
you
them
did it.
before.
Yeah.
But I think now I try my best not to play too much music and just try to take in the environment, like hear the noise. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Try like
let all of that stuff come through. Right?
Yeah, because like I feel like when you have the music on, you get in your zone, but then you got to take it off and you got to like kind of shift yourself like in that moment to, oh, I'm on the mat, here we go. Like, but if you're like out there, you're already like building into.
You're already
the
in
moment.
that zone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
extra layer.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said with just getting comfortable with where your surroundings, and like if you go in a little bubble like that, and then all of a sudden you're like there and you've got people shouting at you, and it's like it's real intense environment. I think there's a lot to be said just for like I've had the last one I got myself real comfortable beforehand just but I was like pissing around doing handstands and like because my brother's gym were up there as well, so it was just like loads of people I could interact with. And
yeah, I think we had a really
awesome
fun day, man.
well.
We had an awesome crew, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick, man. The drive up, listen to music. We took photos of you in Plymouth and
video.
Hey Tom.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a video.
Shots, eh?
Oh man.
Yeah, the party had really started before we even arrived, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we knew like there was heaps of people that were going to be competing there, and like as a result, everybody pulled together in the last 2-3 weeks. Everybody was training really hard. Everybody had a strategy to kind of to grow together in those last couple of weeks. So when we got in there, everybody was already stoked, man. Everybody was so excited for each other.
I always remember
Good vibes.
Yeah. Oh, so to be that was when I was growing up, we used to go along to like downhill mountain biking events, and I remember there was always a team there called the Vibe, and like the Vibe were like just these fucking rowdy boys. I don't know where the fuck they were from. They're from somewhere in Scotland, and like they just went to these events to just party all night, fucking because it's all like camping. You're camping in the middle of nowhere because you're like obviously up in the mountains, and like these guys would just turn up to fucking have an awesome time, and you realise that they just turn up weekend after weekend, and like. It's almost a shame that we don't have as many competitions, just so we can't get into that like camaraderie all the time. Because they had a fucking like, remember they just like get up to all these fucking antics. Like they once set up like a giant catapult, and they were like firing fruits and vegetables into the fucking campsite and shit like that. And like there are people there was taken seriously, but like these guys were just like
having fun.
Yeah, they were a drinking team with a biking problem type thing. It was just like they just went hard all the time. So
that makes sense. Yeah, that's a problem. It is just a small, relatively small community.
Yeah.
Here, you know, and it's fairly new-ish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's new. It's had some time to grow, but still to the point where maybe over the last 2 or 3 years, you're seeing more tournaments pop up. You know, like Hamilton.
Well, when I first started,
but sub only.
You'd never see purple belts. Purple belts were like gods, bro. Like when you first start, and nowadays there's like heaps of purple belts. Not heaps, but there's like more than like one. If like a purple belt, if a purple belt came to a tournament half the time, they'd have to fight like a brown belt or a black belt, you know. They still have to. You know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you
Yeah,
see
true.
a shitload of white belts, and like, you know, a lot of kids and all those things. I think having those kids is pretty dope. Some of the kids are mean, man. Like,
Yeah.
Not really.
kids are fucking mean.
Yeah.
You know.
Good, eh? What you don't see though is enough black belt fights.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to gain for many black belts to go to compete in New Zealand. You just go have one role, pay $80. Got to go there, and then you got to coach all your team.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
You're not really getting anything much out of it. You know.
Yeah, I was saying, speaking of
We got belts now though at Nationals.
Taff and Willie and all that today, and they're going off to, so the older guys from our gym going up to the Masters in Las Vegas.
Hashtag IBJJF World Masters 2018 Las Vegas.
Las
Hashtag
Vegas.
Hashtag
Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Tatami sponsored athlete.
Hashtag China sponsored athlete.
But yeah, they were saying just in one black belt division, so just one weight class, there's like 60 black belts.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's the master world. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
So,
that's the one. Like this.
Yeah, he said the first 2 days is brown and black belts. First 2 days.
That's
Most of those
amazing.
IBJJ events are like that. They have like 3 or 4 days.
God damn,
Yeah.
because it's like that was 4 days in total.
Melbourne was 3 days though.
Yeah, mine was 3 days. Japan
Tokyo's
was
gonna
like
be
3 days. Yeah. I went to one called the Hicks and Gracie Cup, and that was pretty cool because you got to watch all the brown and black belts fight the first day, and then you would fight, and then they'd fight on the end day in the absolute.
Yeah,
You
that
got to
would be
watch
the
all
big
them,
one.
you know.
Yeah, that's one.
Did you see Hickson?
No, he didn't show up, bro. And we like we had
It's
to
so sad, man.
Yeah, I went all there. I was like, woo, like you know, get the. And I came out, bro, and we're like in there, and we got our flags, and like there's people in there. You line up, and then we're on the mat, and he's like, everyone has to line up in rows, and then they pull it on the screen, and then it's like, I'm like, sorry, I can't come, my visa. He's like, but everyone's like, and everyone's like, and then they play these drums, and they play these drums, bro, and then like Half a Mendes, and they come out, and everyone's like, hey, and like Half a Minute Waves, and then like Dylan Dennis, and like all those type of characters.
That's huge. That's like
They came out as like this one Dylan Dennis was still a brown belt, and they came out. And I like watching him fight, bro. He was pretty mean.
Dennis.
Yeah, he was really mean. Because when you go to Japan, they have like on average, they have like a very cohesive. Everyone's got a similar style. Like in Japan, they have these common styles that you'll see that very like come out. And he stood out because he came with this very aggressive style. They're not very aggressive in Japan too much. Most of them are quite passive and like very relaxed and like to play guard. Well, this guy was just like hammering, you know, going hard,
Yeah,
doing it all. I got to see that guy, fucking Hilberto Satoshi.
Oh yeah.
The guy fucking pounds up, eh? And he's like,
I'm Super Saiyan.
but everyone, they all do it. There, heaps of not all of them, but like, you know,
They
like,
all
a
do that.
lot of like blue belts, white belts, brown belts. They do some sort of like,
mode.
yeah, they do some sort of thing.
Super Saiyan
I
shit.
fought a guy, bro, who looked at me and he jumped up and went, and then you're like, you know,
Like sumo style?
yeah, like
Man,
sumo.
you should have fucking thrown down. You should have pulled your pants down and like show them what's
Yeah.
up.
What's up, man?
Big dick energy.
Well, like fine, you know, like all of them are doing it, and they don't tap either, so they like everyone's getting choked out. It's choke city, man.
Oh, damn.
A lot of spasms going
A
on. that
lot
day.
of choke fetishes, eh? Man. So there's one person.
Just go to the tournament.
I'm not gonna name.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, we got a person like that, who doesn't want to tap and just prefers to
Loved it.
get checked out. I've thought about it, like, possibly. Could love it.
No, but
Imagine if they actually. No,
That was like your thing at the.
But imagine if you that kind of person, like if you secretly really loved getting choked, bro. Jiu-jitsu is for you.
They
Like,
probably
you should
figured.
go-
They figured it out, bro. Those
They
fellas
figured it
figured it
out.
out.
yeah,
Turns
but
out 90% of the gym.
I was worried about that because like I had a,
It's
it's not like that. But I had a friend who got into like butt stuff, you know.
What? You had a friend, bro.
I got a friend who got into butt stuff, like put stuff in his butt.
Yeah.
But I always kind of thought with that, like, you know, going down a road now where like every new person that you meet, you've got to introduce that idea to them, and it's like, I don't know, it's like hedonism to the.
You or he?
Not me. Listen, I'm very reserved. I'm a
Talking about a
good, I'm a
friend.
good Christian boy.
Follow the rules, eh?
You only let it happen after
Brownie
Mesa.
chance? Is your mate's name Brownie? No any chance?
The other thing that's funny about Brownie is, so we know a guy.
Boy, is he a guy.
Yeah, some boy. This boy, man.
His name's Brownie. I can't tell if it's Brownie or Brownie. I'm pretty sure it's Brownie.
I feel like Brownie's a good nickname that he would put on himself.
And
Samoan Filipino?
Yeah, was he?
Right? Yeah, he's Samoan Filipino.
but his occupation is he runs. So, and this is what's weird about it is he runs like the gay sauna. But there's two gay saunas. There's one for like the young guys and there's one for the old guys. And I knew like Edinburgh's equivalent to Brownie because in Edinburgh there was a sauna for older gay men and a sauna for young gay men. And I knew the guy who ran the older gay sauna in Edinburgh as well.
Not surprised.
Whereas I'm taking myself a bit.
Yeah, I'm starting to realise there's a few dots connected.
Yeah. So basically, like older dudes, liver spots, greying hair, guns.
And warm water. Warm water and steam. It's harmless.
Opens up the pores. And your butthole.
Oh man,
It's a man spa.
It's man.
Yeah, he was pretty determined to get us to come check it out, eh?
But I feel that's like if you're gay, that's like the ultimate prize, you know.
We came on
Get
some straight boys.
Get some young straight boys from the gym.
You should order the hot wings because you're hot.
Yeah. Like I wish I had the balls to just be like,
It's coming on real strong.
You should order the hot wings because they're hot.
that's when we first made him mate downstairs. And then we went upstairs and he came and we were like,
Oh, we didn't know that you knew him, right? And he was just kind of like back to us
in the pub.
while we were sitting at the table, and he would look over his shoulder and tell us what to order,
Yeah.
while throwing a little, extra,
A little bit of sass, I think a little bit of
extra
panache.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously like real nice.
He's hilarious.
Real nice dude.
He's hilarious. It's a man spa.
Man spa.
Like this is one.
You come to man spa. And but the thing is, he still always messages me, which makes me know he's kind of sweet. You know? And I never message him back. So
No, I like him. I like him.
I feel like to him, me and Spencer are like one unit. You know, like my flatmate. So Spencer always replies. So I feel like he's like replying for the both of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Is something you guys have discussed or you just?
It's like with your
Nah,
regards.
I feel like Spencer could do
Just
it.
assuming it.
Yeah, assuming that.
What's up?
But yeah, so Spencer owned my flatmate used to own a bar underneath our flat, and Brownie was like the resident drinker. I don't know what to say alcohol, but pretty much he was in there all day.
He was a regular.
Drinking red wine.
He was a regular.
You drink beer. You drink whiskey.
There wasn't much, mate.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll make another one.
I remember the thing about that time when me and you we're at partying and in Salvador, bro. We're partying in Salvador, and there's that guy, and he's like, he's gay. To me, he's like, you gay? And I'm like, nah, I'm not gay. And he's like, to you, he gay. He gay?
Oh yeah.
Boy viado. He's like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, no,
man.
man. I was like, no viado. I was like, me no.
But I wasn't helping at all.
Yeah,
And he was stirring the pot, bro.
I
He
was
was
not helping.
George was like,
I was
Like,
like, oh yeah, he's pretty open-minded. Yeah, no, you should try it. Like,
it was like 10 Brazilian boys like, come with me, man. And I'm like,
yeah, though.
And then there's this, and then he's like, do you like women? And I was like, yes, I like women. And and then this like old lady comes, old ass homeless lady. She's wasted, and they're like, kiss her. And I was like, they're like, you have to kiss her to prove that you're not gay. And then I was like, I'm not good. George is in there like,
I was like, yeah. Okay, very nice.
Okay, no. Dance with the granny, spin the girl around.
It was a pick. It's an amicable pick. It's like, have a good evening, ma'am. I don't know you, but you look like you're falling some hard times. Chin up.
Caring.
Onwards and upwards. Yeah, a little bit of love goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, best recognise. That was an awesome experience, man. It was a lot of fun. But we were blatantly just, trying to get in with that. There was a nice group of young, attractive Brazilian females who are accompanied by this sort. So
You gotta go through the boundaries, man.
through the wire,
You gotta get
through the fire.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta kiss some grannies. You gotta,
If you really want,
yeah.
the golden apple,
So,
you gotta go
The
through
forbidden fruit.
forbidden fucking fruit, man. You gotta get a couple of homeless grannies going down.
Gotta get that golden apple.
She was like, she was all ripped, but she was wasted, the old lady,
Yeah.
and she was very dirty.
Where's Salvador?
North.
Salvador is in
Salvador.
Bahia.
Bahia.
North, yeah.
Fuck, I love Portuguese.
Bahia.
Bahia.
Yeah, it's like one of the, man, it's such an amazing town, man.
Everybody's jingering, bro. Jinga over there, jinga over there.
Yeah, so much capoeira.
Yeah,
Jinga.
it's just pop, yeah, like everyone's just doing
Everyone's
capoeira. Like,
like-
but you'd be like hanging out with your mates, man, at the restaurant, and everyone would be like, well, let's do it. And everyone's like, yeah. People jumping straight up, and people just start like,
It's
woo.
it's obviously part of their tourism, mate. I mean, it's part of their culture, but like you could tell that there was hodders out there. They were just collecting money because they needed it for their schools or whatever.
Yeah.
Selling lots of berimbau. There's the mercado.
So there's sausage sizzle.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. In some respects.
It's the hustle, bro. Different type of hustle.
Funny how they kind of like, yeah, like pretty much.
Yeah.
But that day that we went, Festa de Iemanjá,
Yeah.
which is like the day of the
White water god,
the
bro.
water goddess. Yeah, from
Oh, that'd be my fight name.
what's that? Water goddess.
Water goddess.
But you know how we were there and we had to throw those flowers out?
Yeah.
Bro, I never told no one this, man. But like, we're out there and you throw the flower in the sea, and if the waves take it, then your wish will come true. And we're all there, and they all do it. And mine goes, bro. Everyone once floats off, bro. But if it comes back, it's like a bad omen. We throw it all at the same time. Mine rose and sea, everyone's like, it starts coming back. So I swam out, bro. Threw it out again. Nah, keep coming back, and then you had to make a wish. And did your wish come true? Do you remember your wish coming true?
Nah.
No.
I never put any money. I never put any.
You didn't put it in.
No, I never put too much in. I don't make wishes, bro.
You didn't make wishes.
I make wishes.
So what did you do?
No, I don't know. I never really take it seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't taking it serious, but
I was kind of like, let's move on. Here's the roses. I spent whatever a couple reais to buy the flowers. Cool. I done my job. Here, check the petals. Make a kind of carefree wish. I think I always go for the classic world peace. I wish everybody. Actually, not even world peace because I question it. I'm just like, I hope everyone can be happy. I hope everyone's happy. Happiness. Yeah, easy.
Be happiness.
Yeah, be happy. Next. What did you wish for? Bullshit. That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I got real carried away with those superstitions for a while.
Oh, I know what it was about. I know what you wished for.
Oh.
Damn! I dig deep. You fucking opened it.
Did your wish come true?
Crack that nut.
maybe it came
A
true.
little bit.
How many times?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, wish came true, who knows? Nobody knows.
Yeah, that was such a fucking man.
We made a best friend over there that we'll never see again.
Well, that's alright.
Jose?
No, Junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
Junior, bro.
Best friend.
Because
Jose. No, we met a dude named Junior, like out there. And it was like the first day of Carnival or second, something like that. But we just like cruised around with him a little bit, got into some trouble, and then everybody disappeared. It was like the end of the night for Carnival. Everybody had gone home, and people were out there like washing the streets. It was just me, Chev, and Junior, like walking through the streets, lurking about, trying to find where the leftovers of the party were. But it was interesting.
unofficial
Oh
guide.
man, it was so funny.
yeah, we just ended up bumping into him, bro. So we just ended up fucking partying with
We
him.
all
Someone like that's so invaluable though, like we're in a place we don't know and just somebody knows a little bit of them. You know what I mean?
yeah, but it was beyond that. I don't know. He's just
Good
became
last for life.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. It was so funny, man. There was like a language barrier, but we were just like down for the same kind of antics, eh?
We're just going hard, man.
If you know what I mean.
Good vibe.
But that's it. That when the friendships you get from traveling are just so intense, and like the relationships you develop, and because you just got no, like say you meet someone now, and it's like, oh, let's go on like Tinder date or whatever, and I'll meet you up for like a bit of coffee or whatever.
On a Saturday or
On a
something.
Saturday or something, you meet up for a couple of hours, you get to know each other. That's kind of it. If you're like traveling and you meet someone, and it's like, right, let's go on a fucking adventure. And like you've never met them before, but then you just like spend like 3 or 4 days like in real close proximity, you know. So you know, you go through that, like if you're gonna have like some total of like first dates or whatever with someone, you know, and it's just like you're doing that in like fucking a week, you know.
Yeah.
And you're in a different mindset where your mind isn't anywhere else.
You're super vulnerable.
You're super
too,
present and just
super
like,
present, super vulnerable as well. Because
You're with the wind, man.
Yeah.
So whatever happened, you know.
Chardequois.
Sorry.
Chardequois. I can't remember exactly what it means, but it's in that book.
I don't. You shouldn't be talking.
It's the Art of Zen and Motorcycle Maintenance. It goes on about that all the time. Chardequois.
I was reading that book, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's something to do with that. It's like the journey and just like being free and like no real agenda and shit like that. I think it's like something. I can't remember the exact meaning of the word, but he uses it a lot.
No real destination, just
There's this
out there.
There's this cool word.
It's fucking out there, bro.
There's like this, not a word, but a name that I like figured out, which was nice. It's called Waikai Kapua, which means like the traveller of the clouds, or like travellers.
Nice.
I was like, nice. That's a nice. Like,
Yeah, you told me that
it's like a person
ages
on a
ago,
journey.
and I was trying to ask
One
you
more
about
time?
that. Waikai Kapua.
Waikai Kapua.
Waikai Kapua.
It's nice.
Yeah. So like a journeyman traveller.
Yeah.
That's because it means they're on the clouds, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of the experience. Like I feel like when you go traveling, like past the tourism type aspect, like you're traveling instead of just, you know, going to Disney World. You know, you're in there. You're like in the cloud. I feel like you're like in a dream, man. You're like in a little like there's some fucking mini reality that's like endless at the time.
Yeah, it's a time changes.
Yeah.
Time
I feel like you're in like
changes.
a portal or some shit. Like you're like.
Yeah. It's also because I think we talked about it once. It's because where you pull yourself out of a point where you have no references. Like there's no other people to back you up. People don't know about the street that you live on. People don't know about where you work at or any of your friends. So there's nothing to refer to. So at that point, you're kind of stripped down to the bare bones of what you are, which is like how do you treat people? How do you function? How do you navigate? Right?
But I was hearing something about travel. Like it's an actual thing that time appears to slow down because you're taking in so much
More information.
And there's no, because you think about your regular life, there's so many overlaps.
Right.
Like on Monday I do this, on Tuesday I do this, and blah 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 blah, and then after like a few months, it all just blends into one experience.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're traveling, it's like all fresh. You know, it's
Yeah,
all
high
new.
res, high resolution.
With that 4K, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Like, I think that's true. Your brain can only process so much, and I'm sure, like, yeah, especially if you have a routine and stuff, your brain's already like 20 minutes ahead, like on a working week. Whereas if you're traveling, you're super present. What's that? What's that fucking smirk?
I don't know, I just like smile at the whole situation. I'm just a little bit. That just sounds funny.
Just a little bit caught up.
Yeah, just a bit caught up in the experience.
In this
So
whole
like,
experience, so present.
happy tears.
So present right now. Yeah, traveling, man.
So Mitch, you got a trip coming up?
Yeah, Tokyo. Yeah, Japan. So I'm gonna go to Japan, September. Been really planning it for a while, to be honest. Go for that.
Got your Japanese down?
No, I got no Japanese. Oh,
Kawaii.
konnichiwa. Watashi wa George desu.
Oh, that went longer than I thought it was gonna go.
Do you need your son to see?
Yeah, keep it up. Chicken katsu, donburi. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Gazamas, what's that?
I don't know, I think it was very. Thank you very much.
I don't know, but they say that every time you walk into
Arigatou
the store,
gozaimasu.
they're like,
Gazamas.
and then when you leave, everyone says that.
Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu. But like everyone will stop, like they'll be like the dude cleaning the showers, and they'll turn like arigatou gozaimasu, and everyone's like in sync, bro.
That's awesome.
Every store.
I was watching
Makes
It's
things a lot less socially awkward, if
It's
everybody
very
kind of
socially awkward
agrees.
there, though.
They are.
It's very socially awkward. People like don't move out the way and stuff for you. Because if you like have to walk down the steps and there's like a guy in the way of you, he'll look at you and you'll be like, "Excuse me, man." And you're like,
You have to ask them.
They don't. They just.
He doesn't
He's
register.
on the step. He's chilling, man.
Yeah.
Are they like? Are they like in each other's physical space? Is it like
Yeah.
touch or that?
Yeah.
So I've seen
On the
that-
train space, like in the train environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like millions of people.
In that situation, like guy down the stairs, you just sort of like take him by the hips or something like that. Just gently sort of move him to the side.
I just touched his shoulders and
Touch.
just moves him.
Peel back the curtain.
Clasp.
Yeah.
Clasp the back of the neck.
Yeah.
It's like the lower back of the neck.
So that,
I was on that train one time though, and I was like going, and then it got so because they pushed him in there. You get in there, and you're like being pushing. You're
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm worried about, man. I don't need people pushing me around.
you're gonna get it, bro.
Fucking
You're gonna
loser.
get-
I'm
you're
a
fucking
fucking
step
You
loser.
can't do nothing. man.
Fucking loser.
You gotta go with the flow.
I'll be like, you fucking get on the train and pull them in.
I got grill face like an old lady.
Fucking
I was
nice
like
white
holding on a
glass.
little handle, pushed up real close, and she's like down here reading her book. And I was like, it's on the train. I was stuck.
That's
I
the thing
can't
too,
do nothing. Like I got pushed up on this old lady, bro, and I was like, sorry, man. Like, I'm gonna have to do
whatever
this
happens,
ride.
happens from here.
I'm sure she's not complaining. I'm sure she's just like,
Yeah, I'm
thank
boy.
you. I'm sure she was throwing out roses in Bahia, hoping for this moment. It was good. Yeah, so I'm excited about that, man. Like, it is mostly for the jiu-jitsu tournament, but I've kind of set myself like a little project to go experience some of like the real unique ways that they enjoy like an active lifestyle, you know. So like they've got so many traditions. Obviously, jiu-jitsu, traditionally Japanese, right? But then you've got like sumo wrestling. You got
Obviously,
ninjutsu, you got judo.
Massively.
Yep, you go check out the Kodokan. You got
Karate.
kendo, karate, backwards running.
Whoosh.
I'd love to go.
Backwards running.
I'd love to try kendo just for like, because obviously that is like a
shaft
rep-
control.
for just
Absolutely.
manipulating the shaft.
Just
yeah.
wanted to know, you know, how do you
2-on-1.
How are you supposed to handle all this? You know.
But I reckon their philosophy and stuff, because it obviously is like a direct thing from like sword fighting and samurai and all that shit. So it must be like, I don't know. I feel like the guys who are real good at it must have some fucking.
Yeah, but then again, if you watch it, it looks like two parrots like having a fight.
It's really fast though.
It's super fast, but you get what I mean? It's like.
That's it. Sword fights do not last long. Eh?
Yeah, I
you get
guess
this thing from the cinema where you're like,
it's not quite anime, is it? It's not
Yeah.
exactly like Cowboy Bebop.
No, you did, cuz.
Yeah.
You did in 10 seconds, bro.
It's one good strike to the face.
Imagine
It's like that
shit
Musashi
fighting
shit,
some-
man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Musashi, there's the Book of Five Rings,
Yeah.
and every technique he goes into like full detail. And I just remember like reading the one that was talking about attacking the face, and there's a few steps, but he was like, once you like thrust the sword towards the face, aim for the face, and just directly like I'm butchering it, but he's like, aim directly for the face and push through the face. Repeat this 1,000 times. Repeat this 1,000 times and you will know the way. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like once you stab someone in the face 1,000 times, you got him, mate. Yeah.
We gotta go. No, mate, I got 599 to go.
Yeah.
Just let me keep going.
I got a few
Gotta
more
get
to
my
go.
reps in.
Yeah, gotta get
Stab
reps,
it.
eh?
Gotta get my shanking on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I suppose like
That's
the idea of handling a samurai sword, even being around it, just sketches me out. Like, just something so fucking sharp, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because actual, like a proper katana is supposed to be sharpened to the point where it cuts silk. Like once the silk drops onto the katana, it's just, that's it, you know, it's a good blade.
I mean, so that just it just
Imagine
like,
that- imagine that
Makes you, yeah.
there's no like
Oh,
it couldn't like there's no chance that like as soon as that catches, you know, on like a cellular.
It's just
Yeah.
like one little cell just chopped in half. Just atoms
Yeah.
divided.
Chopping electrons.
Yeah, they like even to this day when they try to prove the quality of katana, they stack up. They've got those little demonstrations that it's all those bamboo. Like how many pieces of bamboo can you chop in one straight? And it's pretty impressive. But back in the days, apparently, if they had prisoners of war, they would just line them all up and see how many prisoners you can cut through too.
fair enough, eh? Fair enough. Got some prisoners of war.
That's so fucked up.
It's crazy, yeah.
That's so fucked up. Can you imagine the guy who who stopped the blade at the end? Imagine you go through 5 bodies and you go through a third of the 5th guy, of the 6th guy, and he's like, hey, fuck.
It's like ah.
Just imagine
Yeah,
being
that's
those guys, bro. It's like, oh,
no.
yep, here we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got
that's
to go down, bro.
I'll be shitting myself, eh? I'd be so sweaty. I'd be so sweaty.
That's your only hope, is you
That's
get a
like,
glancing
so-
blow of sweat. Like,
So sweaty.
yeah.
It's so like so stressed
A
out.
hand clam would be so real.
Oh my god. I'd be talking
Such
so much
drippy
shit too.
hands.
I'd just lose my mind. I'd be so under so much pressure, bro.
Get my anxiety right now. Let's need a break.
Yeah, I'm having a panic attack just thinking about it now. Imagine if somebody was saying, okay, 45 minutes. 45 minutes, we're going to do a demonstration.
Oh, but then there's like, it's like the. I come and watching the Last Samurai when the guy. It's obviously it's not like exclusively in the Last Samurai, but the traditional death. But they like.
It was filmed in Taranaki, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It was filmed in fucking Taranaki, bro.
That guy, the general that switched over armies and he comes back and he wants like an honourable death. And he like rams the gut. And did they go across the stomach as well? It's like
Okay,
little,
yeah.
Yeah, they
little
have-
stomach, and they get the entrails out themselves.
They had like a little manual that you have to read to learn.
Mm.
And like sumo refs still carry katana swords.
Just in case.
It comes from tradition, but they still carry them.
You have the
If you
option.
make a bad call, you know, you're dishonored. So they would use
The referee.
If the referee had made a mistake back in the days, they carried a katana sword to do that too.
Fuck, they should do that at the UFC though.
That fella that does that would have been good a long time. What's his name?
Mario
Dead.
Wabi-Sabi.
They just like last night, like,
Everyone's like, do it.
Peer pressure to the max.
Peer pressure to an honourable death.
Just imagine that guy in the crowd is like, fucking kill yourself! Pull it out! I fucking see your guts, mate!
do you reckon someone would capitalise
So
on that
brutal.
sponsorship with the katana sword though?
What's that? What do you mean?
For sure.
Someone be like,
Like Harley Davidson, like
Oh, yeah.
Monster Energy drink, eh?
Hashtag katana sponsored athlete. Yeah, no, please, if there's anybody out there that would like to give us free katanas.
Oh god.
So
We'll
sick.
definitely get some
Wall
free
full of
katanas.
swords. Like.
Oh, yeah, let me get a katana.
Yeah.
Let me get a custom katana.
I would just bring you this commercial break. We're gonna do a little demonstration of the bamboo outside.
Yes! That'd be amazing.
We've got 4 prisoners in the lounge.
Look at this, looks like a little handgun, bro.
Does
I'm
it?
just staring at it all there.
Hey bro, that's neither here nor there, but
It's a very cool table. I think we definitely should address that.
oh yeah, it's very cool. It's made out of salvaged old boat wood from Indonesia, from fishermen boats.
Yeah.
That's why you got those
You street
It's got some serious character.
those
in it.
tropical paint colours.
But it's not fucked up in any way. Like it's all.
Oh, it's been finished. Like they've obviously sanded off the majority of the paint and then
Kept
given
some-
it some varnish and that. It's
Yeah.
real nice, eh?
Yeah, it almost looks
Okay.
like copper or something. This bit. You know, like copper like goes green.
Oh, yeah, oxidizes.
Where are you going to be staying over in Japan? In Tokyo, so where are you staying?
I don't know yet, actually. I've been so caught up trying to solve everything at the moment. I've sort the problems that are now, but I haven't really had much thought about it. I think I'm going to spend the first couple of days before the competition in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
Get a chance to kind of explore some of the more, mainstream big city things. Stay somewhere comfortable because I know it's going to be the competition. And then after that, I'll go hostels. I don't know. We'll figure it out from there.
How long you over?
But I will make sure that I have a proper itinerary because it's going to be a packed trip. I'm going to go for from the 4th until the 21st, so 17 days.
Oh fucking A.
Yeah,
It's not a bad
time,
Oh
man.
shit, yeah. That's. I don't really know for as long as that.
Yeah, so it'll be good, man. So the first 4 days, first 4 for 5, we'll be preparing for that competition, and then after that,
There's
do a
a
bit of traveling.
Acclimatise.
there's a gym in Shinjuku you can train at too. It's like pretty mean.
Who's
Triforce.
Triforce?
Yeah.
I'd like to go see Axis as well.
Yeah. The
Axis
main guy of
is
Axis
good.
is like this Brazilian dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's got like blonde hair.
I heard it's a real.
You gotta get you some
Good
Bulgaria
thing.
gear when you're there, bro.
Yeah, there's that too, eh? Bit of the Japanese flavour. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think, there's another thing that I really wanted to go explore, and this is before I even got into jiu-jitsu, but there's a tradition that they practice, well, there's a philosophy in Japan called Wabi-Sabi. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
Wabi-Sabi.
You know Wabi-Sabi, yeah.
No.
No? You don't know Wabi-Sabi? You don't know
You
Wabi-Sabi,
don't know
bro?
Wabi-Sabi, man.
So the practice that like I really got intrigued by was it's called kintsugi, and kintsugi is where like if you have a ceramic cup or a plate or a bowl and it cracks, instead of throwing it out, they would repair it, but they would repair it with a resin that was mixed with gold flakes, so that when you put it all together, the cracks of where it broke turned out to be the most beautiful parts of the pottery. So the idea was that to celebrate, the reconstruction rather than to get rid of, something that's broken. It's not useless. It's like put it back together and now it's stronger and better because it has this character. It has this story to it behind it. So Wabi-Sabi is this kind of greater philosophy that is the idea of imperfections being celebration of what's great or what's characteristic of something. Really cool idea. So I'd love to meet somebody or talk to somebody about that, just because as an ideology, in terms of what it is as an object, it's a piece of pottery with gold resin, but in terms of an ideology, it's pretty valuable there. Hashtag Kintsugi sponsored athlete. Look it up. I'll take that gold resin pottery all day.
So many fucking cool traditions.
Yeah, they got so much cool shit, man. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Also, food.
Yeah, we get.
Food is good.
They got this thing that was like, it's like chinkatsu, but they cook it in the egg all around it.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
So imagine that, then there's the whole egg around it, like an omelette, and then they have the nice rice at the bottom. You get it from little semi takeaway type stores. We come in a little quick bowl.
Yeah,
it's so mean.
That sounds yum.
I miss it, bro. I crave it, bro. Every time I go to a Japanese place here, they don't got it.
I always think about this egg I had. I was in Vancouver, and it was like a ramen place, and they did ramen, and it was you either got pork ramen or fried chicken ramen, and that was it. All they did. But they had a add-on, which was the egg. I don't know what they did with this egg, but it was like the egg was slightly grey coloured, like the white of it. But the yolk was like translucent.
It's called a century egg.
A century, is that what that is?
They bury it in clay.
Whoa.
It's fermented and it's a rotten egg.
So tasty.
Kind of.
It didn't.
Super strong, man.
Had its own thing going on, but fuck me, it was good, man.
Century egg.
Just texturally, taste, and that thing I really get on is because I don't know if it's just because I didn't have it, but I've always been into it. Is the Asian people really gelatinous textures in food, like jelly cut. I fucking love that shit. It's almost like.
I love I nodded as if I'm the authority. I'm like, let me check. Yeah.
Yeah, good, man. They're good.
I can agree on the whole entire.
Just gelatinous and gooiness. They go for goo, like rice paper. We are obviously big proponents of goo here.
Yeah, we love goo. Gooey people.
Anything gooey,
the community. The greater community. Yeah, do like a bit of goo. Now quickly follow that up with something legit. Like for example.
What, gooey stuff is awesome.
Yeah, what's a good
What I'm into right now is mochi.
Mochi. Very gooey.
Very gooey, very
What's
good.
that?
Very good.
What's a mochi?
Right, so it's obviously gooey. Rice paper on the outside with powdered, so the goo is contained in a powdered flour thing. But then inside it is usually, the one I get from, they just do it at St. Pierre's, it's got cream in the middle of it. So it's green tea, rice, goo.
Yeah, that's what mochi means, is green tea, goo bubble.
Goo bubble. Oh, bubble tea.
Bubble tea.
Yep.
That's more on the gelatinous thing, but
More
it's the
gelatinous
same.
than gooey, but
They fucking go mad for that shit.
Yep.
Very good, man.
All of them just love it. If you ever have a pet Asian, you can count on feeding it gelatinous gooey stuff.
They will go mad for it. They will thrive on goo.
They will.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems like dumplings and shit like that. They've got just this kind of real soft. Oh, dude, honestly,
It's just like-
it's
Dumplings.
I fetishize that shit so hard. It's just
Okay, dumplings or pork buns? Dumplings. Or
Easy,
pork buns?
easy. Pork buns.
Yeah, pork buns, man. Okay, like him for the dumplings.
Feels like a toughie. I do like the big one that they do at the Filipino place in Capital Market. The one that's like a $4 pork bun, and they do a chicken one and a pork one. They're like that big.
$4.
Oh, dude,
That's cheap, bro, for that.
big
Yeah,
one,
that's pretty.
and it's like a substantial. Like, it's like if you go out and got a pie.
The Filipinos place downstairs in the bottom half.
Yeah.
Was it on the start?
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
ever had
and, and it's rare. Like they run it fast as well. Like they're fucking good. Like,
Yeah, the places are alright, actually.
mm.
I like Filipino barbecues are real nice.
Yeah, I'm
Very
not really
fun.
fuck with the rest of the menu. Eh? Like I always just go for that and then get something else.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
That's so classic with some of those spots, man. You just have a standard.
The
It's
thing
like
you
the-
go for.
it's like the
It's
banh
bad to
mi.
have it.
It's like basic noodle house.
Banh mi, basic noodle house, combination of fried
I
rice.
like it. I get the fucking. It's slightly more expensive, but you know, whatever.
Hashtag tatami.
The pork belly, the base noodle house. I always get spicy pork belly.
Oh, I haven't had that there. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'm a
It's-
massive
it's like- it's just
advocate for pork
big-
belly
big-
all day, every day.
Yeah, it's just big chunks of
chunks.
capsicum and pork belly.
We're gonna thinking about this. We got this like heaps of this like wild pork and stuff at home, and we're gonna be throwing a party soon. We're gonna cook up.
Oh
like,
yeah,
big
didn't
fucking-
Tawa's uncle
Chicken.
bring it through?
Yeah, two of their uncles, bro, and they both have the same name. I don't know. It's like Ellen. They both called Ellen or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, and they're like, no, they're different. They both got you wild. And like, yeah. So one uncle gave like a big leg or something like of a fucking pig, a wild pig, and then another like biggest fucking leg of
A ham hock.
of a lamb, of a mutton. Biggest, so it's like this big, bro. And then the other uncle was like very organised and like cut it up, minced it, and had labels and like dates and shit. So there's a variety. So come over have a big barbie, mate.
Yeah,
Come
I
through.
will happily do my part.
Piggies.
This is something that I thought about. I'd like to talk about a little bit. Is there already? No, I was just thinking much about back to like you guys are gonna be competing soon, both of you guys. I was thinking about jiu-jitsu. There's all those elements that you do when you're in the gym, but I feel like there's a lot of qualities and like mindsets or perspectives that kind of translate back in just like everyday life that you have through doing jiu-jitsu. I just want to see what kind of things that you guys have taken away from jiu-jitsu out into your everyday life, you know?
I've got notes of this stuff. Like literally from from being a white belt and the progressions of all these different experiences. Obviously, the idea of underestimation is one of the first ones that goes out the door. You know, you cannot 100% predict a person's capacity by the way they look or by their size. That's one thing. That's one of the greatest things. Another one is embracing failure. You know, the ability to lose well, to fail well. You have to be able to fail well to be able to succeed. You know, if you don't know how to lose, then you don't know how to win. Kind of deal. You know, tap 1,000 times.
You don't know how to learn.
You don't know how to learn. Yeah, or you're not prepared to learn.
Yeah.
But so much, you know, tapping is one of the most simple concepts, but one of the things that the modern human being does not fully
hard,
understand as accepting defeat over and over and over again.
We're just, even losing just control. Like,
Yeah.
you know, in everyday life now, it's so easy to maintain control of a perspective or image of yourself or what you think you are.
Yeah.
But then you go to a gym, you're like, I think I'm whatever. Actually, no, motherfucker.
No.
No, you cannot defend this cross check right now, you know?
Yeah.
You go through these scenarios that are constantly like
So
changing
important.
and going and switching and overpowering you, you know? Maybe not physically, but just in general, you know? And you have to become kind of submissive to
reality.
being, reality. That not
Reality.
all the time you're going to have the opportunity
Not that
to
hard.
be in control.
I was gonna say where it directly translates. We were talking about this the other day. Is the lack of like machismo, you know, like outside of the gym and just like in regular conversation, like a lot of people who don't train, but maybe even necessarily big in other sports, you know, still like rugby or whatever, but still like have it in like, you know, they have to get into the conversation like, you know, that kind of I'm trying to think of the word.
I know what you mean. They have to like kind of
let you
suggest,
know
let you know that they're there.
they're tough.
And they're down. They're down.
Yeah.
To like, yeah.
Matching, just matching. So
Indicate. They have to indicate, right?
I was actually talking about this last night
Pick up.
as well. I was thinking about it because my mate just came back from Turkey. He's talking about how everyone's close and intimate and stuff, you know. I was thinking like in the gym how you put yourself in all these scenarios where you are close and you are, you know, the brother's sweating on you sometimes, or the brother's hairy and it's on you. You break those boundaries, and I feel like everyone's, I don't know, you lose that sense of wanting to be, you know, tough physical people, tough men.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's so many reasons why it happens, but there's just no point in trying to construct or portray something that you would like to project onto your ego or persona when in reality your actions speak for themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's what as well. It's like what I was talking about when you're competing. Like it's almost like I can tell you the lessons that I will learn, but there's some lessons you can learn in life only through feeling it.
Only through feeling it, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and that's one of them is like the machismo thing and like realizing like where you not necessarily stand in the pecking order, but just like how unimportant that is. You know, like it's not. You know, I think it's because some people just haven't explored that idea and had a chance to explore that idea that how you like physically stack up against other people just isn't like.
It's not even exploring. It's some people put that out there and they've never been challenged on that idea.
Yeah.
There's no actual pushback.
Yeah.
And as a result, you get these people who are just out on their own fucking.
Yeah.
You know, on their own trip. It's just,
Basically,
they just have their own perception of themselves. There's no pushback. Everybody's yes, or nobody says anything. You know. So as a result, they can just kind of disappear into whatever avatar they think they are.
Yeah.
But it's true, you know, one of these things where you're talking about the lessons that you can't learn until you're actually in it. Like even now, man, this whole rib thing that I've had for just over a week now. So I picked it up last weekend at competition training and fucked my rib up. You know, a separated rib and bruising around the rib muscle, the intercostal muscles. And it's put me out, and I was going to go to Nationals with you. I was so hyped for it, man. I already booked my ticket to go. But I can't, you know, and that is a pain in the ass, obviously, because you get your hopes up, you've already started to train, you get your mental place kind of in that direction. But you can also, you have two options there. You can sit at home and feel real sorry for yourself that you're losing out on this opportunity and be like, I've done all this work, I need to do this, like this was supposed to be for me, blah, blah, blah. Or you can try to flip it and try to figure out, okay, what can I learn from this now? And one of the things that is so hard to learn in life as well as in jiu-jitsu is resilience, like toughness. You know, the ability to come back, the ability to say, I need to keep pushing and like get back up on my feet and do it again. It's too easy to fall on your ass and say, well, you know what, it's pretty comfy down here, I'll just stay seated.
Some people use that as a ticket, for it to be easier for them, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times, I've noticed when you're going through camp or you're going through training yourself to be competing more or, you know, trying to achieve a goal, that it's easier to take the loss. You know, it's easier to take the loss because then you don't have to push that barrier, you know, and this is another barrier that's come up on the road. And it's only going to build you to go further, you know, and push through that.
Yeah.
If some people do get submissive to you, they're like, oh, I've got an excuse now that something's gone. But they have the same game plan. Just got to keep.
I think that comes with something else too, because I think that there's also
a bit of a maturity in.
It's anxiety. It's actually fear. It's the fear of knowing that you gave it your all, and that you're rejected.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you see some people who tap early, or they like pull out of something real early before they even gave it a shot, it's the fear of addressing, what am I really? You know, you want to hold on to something. You might want to say like, oh, you know, I tapped early, or oh, you know, I had hard training yesterday, I shouldn't have trained yesterday, so today I feel, you know, shot. Okay, well that's your decision. Those are your decisions to make. And you have to address and accept that. Don't make those, the little micro, they're not as bad as like a blatant lie or excuse, but they're little micro excuses that you can put in to just kind of like save your ego just a little bit. Yeah, it's still an excuse, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, actually I didn't give it my all because I've got a bit of a cold. You know, I'll do better next time. Maybe I'll just, you know, try to look after myself a little bit better. That's bullshit.
I think and it comes to just train yourself to get those patterns of thought right. Like, it's something you can change through, you know, doing a competition, whatever, doing it once. Like, it's something you got to do over and over again just to get to learn how to think about stuff. Like, we're talking about like jiu-jitsu and sweeping, you know, and it's like one of the guys from the gym is going for a sweep, and it's like you're doing the technique right, you're just not going all the way, and you're always like giving up halfway, you know. And it's like something like that, it needs to be like over and over and over again, getting through that mental block that says like, oh, I can't, like, you know.
I don't feel comfortable at this point. Fuck, let it fall apart.
When you go for that sweep, you know, someone puts their hand up the base. Motherfucker, don't stop your sweep.
Hit
Like,
it
keep
again,
going,
hit it
like,
again,
keep it going, bro.
Yeah,
Break them, break their walls. You know?
Yeah.
It's not. But some people say that, oh, it didn't go all the way. I gotta go back. You know.
Yeah.
But then you've done this whole. This is fucker. You exerted a lot of energy because you're going there and back. You know, you've gone there. It's a lot easier just to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, push it.
As in life.
And it's really hard. I always try, like, if you take a class, try and teach people that aspect of doing jiu-jitsu is that, you know, when you set up that goal to pass the guard or whatever, pass the fucking guard. Don't make an excuse to, like, stop halfway, you know.
Yeah.
Or you sweeping, bro. You know. It's a good.
I think that's good to learn when you're a little bit more advanced.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Because
it's good
I think when you
put
start,
the seed down.
yeah,
In the dirt at the start, you know.
Yeah, because I think that there has to be a bit of like confidence in the fact that I know that if I push it, I might not end up having passed the guard, right? But I know if I keep on going there, at least I'm not going to be where I am now. Which is basically if I'm not passing this, we're going to end it. So you're like almost like creating a scramble or whatever, to where it's like we're going to go. But you have to have the confidence to be like, wherever this goes,
I have a plan B.
I'm going to have a plan, or we're going to figure it out as we go. Like, I've got enough confidence there to be like, I know where I'm going to go next.
Another thing I think from doing this is that if you go, hey, I want to learn, you know, this knee slice, I'm going to try the knee slice. And, you know, you got the whole objective to do it, and when it goes wrong, you know, and you've given it that big push, you're going to learn another scenario that you wouldn't even put yourself in, like, if you just be reserved from it. So if I go for the knee slice, shit, the follow move took my back. I would never have done that if I went for knee slice, he defended, I'm going to stay in guard now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's another aspect of teaching. Yeah. You're going to see the realities, push yourself into it.
Put yourself into a bad situation, right?
Yeah. A lot of people are scared to give their back, you know, or do a move with their backs, you know, because they don't want to change their game. They change their position. You know, and it's just rolling. Like, you ever try to get at this stuff, you're rolling, and you want to be in new positions a lot, you know, and it's pretty hard to be in new positions, you know, if you're there every day. So you get into a bit of a rhythm naturally. And another thing I think about too is that that never giving up aspect is like, I think it's probably one of the hardest techniques to learn. You know, teaching like the mental techniques for yourself for your jiu-jitsu. You know, or your understanding of, okay, this is a moment where I need to calm my pace down, or up my pace, or switch my pace. My base has to change. You know, there's other techniques like, I lift the arm, step over the face, take the arm. But there's got to be stuff like, when I'm going to catch the arm, when I'm going to plant the seed. So, okay, in 3 moves, his arm's going to be exposed. And it's hard to teach people those things. It's all like a feel.
Yeah. I was going to say, in many ways, that is the first lesson. Like, when anyone comes in, you're always like, learn to relax. And the reason why you're like, learn to relax is because you need to learn to let things happen. Otherwise, you're not going to learn. Like, you know, you need to be open to getting submitted a bunch at the start. You know, you need to be open to all that. And, you know, the guy that always like comes to my mind when I think about that is Elliot. You know, someone who's, you know, he's one of the lighter guys at our gym. He's just like got this real. Ever since he came in the gym, he's always rolled as if he was a higher belt, even though he maybe didn't get the finishes or whatever. But he's always rolled with that open mindedness, and now it's paying dividends now because you woke up and roll, and you're like, fuck man, it looks mean. And that's the same, you know, same style as like Joe or fucking any of the guys that like really like took it and ran with it because they've just got like just completely open to whatever, and they get so much more experience.
Yeah, for sure. I was just thinking, another lesson, like these are all like particular lessons, kind of jiu-jitsu oriented, but I remember one of the more important things that I learnt was about effort. Like in any sport, and especially in like a physical or like traditionally macho sport as like rugby or fighting, everybody's always like train hard, give everything to training, train hard, fight easy, all this stuff, you know, and you get that into your head, and yeah, you should be like that, but sometimes, you know, especially as like a white belt going into blue belt or blue belt coming up and coming up to purple belt, you think, I need to dedicate everything, I need to focus, keep working, get this done, you know, spend all the time that I need to do to get this done, make it happen, and you focus all your energy into one thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like, you know, there's the idea of jack of all trades, master of none, you know, so may as well take one thing, focus on it, and like really nail it. So that's that sounds pretty good, but when it comes to life, like actual life, real life, if you spend all your time working on jiu-jitsu, training for jiu-jitsu, thinking about jiu-jitsu, planning for jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's it. Chevy, case in point, 4 years.
Yeah.
Gets burnt out.
Yeah.
You know,
so this is another thing. It's about balance, right?
Yeah.
So this idea of about you have to make sure that you look after the rest of the garden and not just one plant. Otherwise, you have no, you know, you won't have enough fruits for the season. Whew! Did I just make that up? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's you can rewind on that one. You know, just like take that as an audio clip, freeze it, put it as your SMS.
That's all gonna listen to run up to comp just like that.
Yeah. Just remember that.
The fruits, baby.
Fruits of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me especially, I get real, like when I get passionate about things, I get real stuck into it and I can commit 110%. But as a result, you know,
110%. How did you do the extra 10?
I
Man?
know,
How you do it?
I know.
How you do
you
it?
don't want to know. Got that extra 10%.
I don't think I ever really I definitely got into stuff, but like I've never been the obsessive type. Like
Yeah,
I like to fuck off hard.
I do too, but that's I think that's something that I was repressing in that. Like I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, so I'm going to go 110%, make sure everything's kind of focused and tidy. But I realised that that's not real, man. Everything in moderation, including moderation. You know, so you've got to like have times to shut down. And that gives you an opportunity to boot back up.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes I feel like when you are very focusing on fixing whatever problems you have, you know, in your game or your whatever, sometimes you miss a lot of things because you're so focused on things you don't know that there actually is this little gap. When you're kind of carefree, like say Joe and Elliot, how they roll, what I really appreciate of those things is that somehow you put yourself in a position and you're like, fuck, that's the key. You know, you might be rolling upside down, you're like, fuck, okay, in that moment you've learned that little skill to put in it, fuck, here it is, and put in your pocket, you know, and take it for tomorrow. But when sometimes you really focus, you're so focused, you kind of shut off all these other aspects. Next, it's a really hard gamble way when you're trying to progress or learn a technique or something.
Yeah, I mean,
there's so many ways to do it.
That does translate to life where, like, I started off, I was teaching yoga in Edinburgh, and then I saw an advert, and I was just like, I just wanted to get some experience. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to get some experience, and I ended up working for a franchise that did like kids yoga, and out of that, like, I never really worked with kids, done anything like that. But it's something I would have never have got into. But like, I definitely have been given a much more of like an open-mindedness from, you know, not necessarily just big time from jiu-jitsu, but also from doing yoga itself, you know, like a bit more open to like new ideas. And through that, like, I learned so much, not just about how to work with kids, but just like how, like, the big thing you learn about it is how your voice, how to, you know, not control, but like how to be heard, like, yeah, how to give a confidence that you're in control. Like, if you're like a buddy with a kid and you're just like, I'm just one of you guys, like, I'm the pal, like, you very quickly learn that you can't be that. Like, you learn to be like a voice of authority and take command, and there's a lot of important skills that I got out of that I would have never even come across, you know. And it's all the little things like that in life that you pick up, this unexpected shit, you never think you would do it, but there's all these like little lessons that are invaluable, you know.
Yeah, I've got one that's from when I was a young age, because I had to do martial arts pretty much growing up, from doing Morocco, me and my rocks.
Yeah.
From doing that was, you know, it's kind of ingrained into like everyday life now. Like I think about this quote every day, naturally from this, you know. It's not a physical thing I've taken away. It's like more of a concept of life, and you know, like never giving up sort of buzz. It was just the proverb of the shark, you know. Don't die like an octopus, die like a shark, hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
And that comes from when you will go out fishing. If you were to go catch an octopus, it quivers and runs away and shies. Well, if you go for the shark, after you even kill it, it's still fighting. Body always keeps going. The fight's till the end. And so, when I came into doing this art stuff now, those little qualities help out heaps. These little like mentalities to keep the push. Because I noticed a lot of time in the art career, a lot of people haven't never had adversity. Like a lot of them never done sport or been put in physical altercations or whatever, where they have to push that boundary. So a lot of them fold a lot, you know. A lot of them be the octopus, they quiver. But you just like gotta keep that push.
Oof. Chevron. Calling out the Wellington art community.
Straight up, bro. A lot of them fold. A lot of them fucking fold.
Hear this now.
Fucking fold. They
Don't
all fold,
fucking
man.
fold, mate.
They fold. They're like
Quivering fucking octopi.
They're like the bro. You talking about the sweep? They never finish the sweep, bro. They're like, I had a wall out. You know, they have a
Sweet,
cry. I'm
man.
gonna watch Netflix now and get some ice
Octopus.
cream.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Bitches.
You know, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta take these type of qualities into outer like careers. You know, they come out, and I feel like from jiu-jitsu too, the aspect of you live in. You know, when you lose, you learn.
Yeah.
And I've lost a shitload of times in that career. You know, losing all these things, you get to learn
Yeah.
instead of
Oh man.
having a different perspective. I reckon if I keep this
Embrace
like,
it,
if I just use an art perspective in that round, I wouldn't be as far without taking in these things from jiu-jitsu and from doing tai-ha and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
There's just those qualities of wanting to keep going.
But with that too, it's also understanding. I understand the idea of, you know, the shark and the octopus, but it's also understanding which battle that you're willing to push that hard for. You know,
Every fucking battle. Every fucking battle, man. Shark don't. He just kill when he fight, man. He just goes.
Yeah, but you know,
It's not like that. It's not about fighting though. It's like this is the energy to.
yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is, like, sometimes people, you know, even if it is an endeavor, whether it's a business endeavor or a creative endeavor, sometimes you hold on to it so strong and you want to say, no, I am the shark. I'm going to finish this.
Yeah.
You become so stubborn that you just deplete all your resources, and you, yeah.
Yeah.
But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine balance. There's a fine balance, and I'm not saying that the octopus way is the way to do it, but I also believe that there is a danger in saying die with every.
No, it's not die. No, it's not. It's like when you die, it's talking about after death. You keep fighting.
Yeah, after
That's
death.
what
Fair
it
enough.
comes from. After death, it keeps going. So it's like not keep going, but like if you've gone to a position where you've lost and fallen,
Right,
now come back up. Keep going. Come
I
back
picked
up.
up on the wrong.
Yeah.
Never.
Beat on that one.
Yeah, I maybe related, don't know. I did a adjustment workshop recently.
What, sorry?
Adjustment. So in yoga, like, you go up and adjust postures, you got to put your hands on people and like physically manipulate them. There's a lot of like psychology and stuff that goes into it. And the point was there, and I've just lost it.
When you come back to it, you
Yeah.
gotta
Talking about
We're
that
talking about octopuses, eh?
octopus.
Oh yeah, it was basically this. It was like if you're gonna put your hands on someone and you're gonna fail, like if you bring that octopus energy, like it's like half. It's like loosely bringing it, but like if you bring that kind of like weird half energy, like people like feel that, and then like a big thing was like even if you're doing something wrong, you do it with like confidence. You commit, and you do it with
fair
confidence.
Yeah.
You know, and. Yeah, that's pretty much as far as I can go with that. But
Awesome. Thanks, Tom.
yeah,
Yeah, we've gotten past the 1 hour, mate.
1 hour.
I think it's safe to say that
That felt good.
that felt way better than the last one, eh?
Yeah, the last one was a lot of
I think
anxiety in the
I think we should do more. Like keep going, not in general.
Mm.
Yeah, but nobody asked you.
I'm telling you now, I'm demanding it, but
Don't fucking tell me I live my life.
This is one off, Jay. No, Jay. Yeah, no, that was fun, man.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what's a?
It was very nice. Like I like not fucking around with their phones or That is kind of cool. Just be able to go through.
Yeah.
No distractions. Committing to a conversation.
Yeah, if there's any, I don't know. I guess we'll put this out and see how people respond. But if anybody wants to send through questions or topics,
Just fan mail in general. Like,
just general fan mail, hashtag Tatami Athlete.
Yeah,
If you want to send free stuff,
Tatami
or
are listening, which it should be.
if you are like well connected and like you want to hang out.
You want a guest spot?
Oh, such awkward laughter because it's true. But yeah, no. And anyway, we'll see how we go on with the future ones. Eh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Lazy ball.
Selector.
Wildhorse.